I hope that fight with that hideous shapeshifter creature didn't sully your weapon too badly. You'll be needing it. No surprise you'd find me renting a room off the local diabolist, I suppose. Hey. Do I smell infernal iron? I wish it could. I really, really do. Look after yourself. All right? I won't stop trying to figure out a cure, but at this point, I think I might be beaten. I haven't stopped trying, but all roads lead to a dead end. Sorry, I didn't mean. I wasn't making any headway with the mechanics, none at all. The environment here is just too cold to sustain metals like the ones inside you. Karlak, look at you. Still hotter than the hells themselves and ready to save the world. Go on. I'll be there when the time comes. Hey now. I know you. You probably don't know me, though. American masks are brittle, so what I make won't last as long as my usual pieces. I sensed some iron in the area when we arrived here. But I'm not sure if it's still there, now that we've been holed up. But I'll show you where I'd look. Karlak! I thought you'd be in the city by now. We were ambushed by cultists. Half of us were captured, the other half ran here. I miss my forge. Pure tiefling ingenuity. That engine of yours is like nothing I've ever encountered. Hard to change, but possible to enhance. God, I'm glad to see you again. There's something I have to tell you. It's not as many as you said you had. Stay calm. Breathe. Chris is right. Can only do what we can. Meanwhile, I've still got plenty of weapons and armor in stock if you're looking to load up. I only need one more piece of infernal iron to craft an insulating chamber that can make it possible for you to... I've sensed some during our travels. It has a pull to it. Absolutely magnetic, once you know what you're looking for. I can show you where I'd look. Need a weapon? I still have a few left. Hold on to it for now. I haven't quite worked out a schematic for a new design. Might take me a bit of crunching to figure out something suitable. If it can even be done. Hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have something promising to report. I'll need more infernal iron either way, though, so keep your eyes open. Take care. Not much to a regular smith, but a fair bit to a canny buyer. Shout if you need anything else. I can't say. I don't think anyone can. But when it's coming, you'll know. As a matter of fact, I think I might. I've sensed some in the area. It has a pull to it. Absolutely magnetic. Once you know what you're looking for. I can show you where I'd look. Before you go, there's something I need to tell you. The closer you get, the stronger it smells. Though, I wouldn't mind a bit of hellfire to put to use protecting this place. I might be able to help. But I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. I hesitated to mention this back in the Druid's Grove, for obvious reasons. But no one has earned my trust if not you. Heavens above. There you are, Karlak. I was so hoping you'd come find me. The goblins will run us through unless I get them mended. Well, all right. This shouldn't take long. There you are. I'd hoped you'd make it through, but when we didn't hear from you... Well, I'm glad you're here now. Our weapons can't take much of this. Mind if I listen closer? Even I was surprised by how well the owlbear would take to the potions. Just look at it. Glorious little creature. Well, not so little anymore. I'd worry about surviving the night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you please. It's the least I could do. May Timora's luck twist your way. Thank you for saving my life. But I have to ask, what are you doing here? We're not your enemy! Glad you and Karlak are all right. Well, as all right as any of us. I can sense some. Smell it almost. Somewhere in the area. Underground, maybe. Out there in the shadows. Couldn't be happier to hear that. The weight of it. And that blaze of chaos. Can't imagine this where my heart should be. Must be quite the experience. My pleasure. Before you go, there's something I need to tell you. Now that's hot. Too hot. I think I could sort you out, but I'll need some infernal iron and a lot of luck. More violence. It never ends. I'm shocked by my good fortune, quite honestly. Rent is fair, and the setup is just what I need to start making a living again. Certainly. And if you don't mind me saying, it seems they got to you too. There's infernal machinery inside you, right? Very, very hot infernal machinery. Anything else? You have to return to Avernus. For good. Or this thing is going to burn you up from the inside out. And sooner than you think. There. Be careful who sees you using that. Might draw the wrong sort of eyes. It's the best situation I've had in years, honestly. Mistress of the house lets me operate from here for a fair price. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy. Aha! Thought I sensed an infernal. Karlach, right? Without you lot, I'd have been toast twice over. First in a druid's grove, then at Last Light Inn. Who knew we'd make it this far? I'm behind you. Or wherever you need me to be, really. Lead on. I might be able to help, but I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. Forget warm. You're burning up. Might be burning out a piston ring. Or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen? Did you misplace it? I'll be here if you find it again. Just shout. At least it's dead now. Using something that's already fabricated is tough. But I can try. How many do you have? If you need something sharp, I have a few things left. A makeshift harper's fire might not be where I hope to set up shop. But maybe I've got something you can use anyway. Only one way to find out. I should be thanking you. I'd love to get my hands on something other than pauper's ore. If you hit them, make it count! Well, two things. Good news and bad news. If you want me to have another look, you know where to find me. Thought I sensed an infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story? I'd worry about yourself first. That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Avernus. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running, the way it's going. Look, Karlach, there's something I need to tell you. I hope you're here to fight. You look a sight tougher than the others. Absolutely. Rare to get your hands on this stuff. Well done keeping it to hand. Sure. Meantime, if you need to stock up, everything I have is available. Good luck, Karlach. Look after yourself. All right? I won't stop trying to figure out a cure. But at this point, I think we all have to face the inevitable. I thought I smelled infernal iron. Expect half these blades will break the first time they strike a goblin skull. I've had to make do with what I could scavenge. Thank the gods. I should have known you'd make it to the city all right. But you never know. You're back. Nice to see a familiar face. Looking forward to it. It's been a while since I was able to work with anything from the Hells. I won't say I miss it, but... well, maybe I do. Exactly! We'll just have to prepare as best we can. Me either. Thanks, Karlach. I don't know how this is going to end for you. For any of us, really. But I know I'd be dead without you. Several times over. I wish I had better. But this is all I have. Let's do this thing. Best I've had in years. Mistress of the house lets me operate from here for a fair price. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy. Take care, Karlach. And hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have something promising to report. Pocket any infernal iron you find along the way, They've lost their minds! That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Avernus. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going. Hello again. As for me, I won't say I enjoyed my time there, but it was certainly instructional between you and me. There's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Can't replicate it outside the hells. Probably for the best. I don't know how this is going to end for you. For any of us, really. But I know I'd be dead without you. Several times over. Pleasure. And as for the heat, I haven't got any solutions now. But I'm not giving up. Could be if the combustion chamber had its own insulation, or if we had some kind of enchanted coolant. Phew! You really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallurgized Dammon valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky.
Hells take me. What I wouldn't do for better tools.
It's perfect. Really. Just a moment, I'll be able to work this one quickly. It's not any old iron, Karlak. This stuff belongs in the hells, and unless it's taken back there, it's going to blow. No amount of tinkering is going to change that.
My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
Without you, I'd be dead in a ditch twice over. Instead, I have my own smithy in the city. At least, until the Absolute's army mows us down.
We managed against the druids, but half our weapons are bent or broken.
I hope you're right. And I hope I'm wrong.
Can't outfit all of you at once.
Yeah. Apart from the doom and gloom, you've given me more than I could ever hope to repay. Let me sleep on it. I just might be able to work something out. I could try to sort you out, but I'll need some infernal iron and a lot of luck. I thought I sniffed American scent somewhere. These must have been a pain to get a hold of. In another life, I would have liked to... Well, it doesn't matter now. Good luck, Karlak. And thank you. Again. Same as last time. You'll need to install it yourself. This should do the trick. Give me just a moment. And I think...
Can't sleep, so I might as well hammer.
Need anything? I don't enjoy saying this, Karlak, but there's no two ways about it. Your engine is going to blow and I can't fix it. I'm not sure anyone can.
I owe you. Maybe I can repay you with some metalware? Finest in the city. If you don't know where to look. I'll steal better hold.
It didn't take them long to notice I had some utility and stick me in the forges.
I'm glad to see you're all right. The way here was anything but easy, eh?
Oh, no surprise you'd find me renting a room off the local diabolist, I suppose. But you found me now, and there's something I need to tell you. I got lucky. It looks like you did too. And you brought some infernal machinery with you. I haven't stopped trying to think of something that could help your engine last it out, by the way. But so far, all roads lead to a dead end. Sorry, I didn't mean...
Phew! You really are burning up.
Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallurgized Dammon valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky, vicious bastards, the lot of them. But it helped that they thought I had some utility.
Don't let them reach the children!
I like to think so, especially when I smell machinery running itself out, like a miniature giant space hamster on a cosmic wheel. I'm not seeing any. Do let me know if it turns up. Didn't mean to overstep. Keep an eye on that thing, though. I don't like what I'm smelling. For your sake, that is. When Elturel fell into Avernus, I was drafted into an infernal forge. Learned a few techniques for making a lot out of a little.
I've got a dozen weapons to reforge. Goblins better not get here first.
Did you see it? The path of light. That's good, right? Means we might make it out of here alive.
There you are. And be careful who you show that to. It might draw the wrong kind of attention.
Of course. Anytime. Fair enough. They might have use as they are. You look good too. Enjoy it. After spending time in Avernus, I know better than most that you deserve a good turn. I can tune it up, but whether I can stop it from burning out is up to the gods. That thing wasn't meant to last in the material plane. Barely. Many of us weren't so lucky. We were ambushed by cultists. Those of us who didn't fall in the fight were dragged off. A few of us fled and made it here.
Of course. Wouldn't be alive to hold them if it weren't for you.
Bring your friends if you found some infernal iron. You shouldn't be alone, in case anything goes wrong. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask.
Then again, I do love a challenge. Could be if the combustion chamber had its own insulation, or if the spark plug had a dampener. I'll give it some thought. Some of us had it easier than others. The baker, the schoolmaster. When Elturel was swallowed up, they could do little but survive. I'll be here. Gods above and devils below. That ox was a bloody shapeshifter. Thanks for handling it. Well, all right. But don't be long, Karlak. When Elturel was dragged into Avernus, I was drafted into a devil's smithy. It should have been awful. But infernal metal is like a wild horse. Powerful, exuberant. It'll kill you if you lack technique. There's little I don't believe anymore. For example, is that infernal iron I smell?
There you are, the Infernal. I knew there must be one in the area. If we survive this, let's speak again. I'm a mechanic. We might be of use to one another.
Nowhere's safe from this damned absolute.
You saved us. I wasn't sure we'd make it through.
Served you against the druids, didn't it? Perhaps you've misplaced it. I'll be here should you find it again. Aha! Thought I sensed an infernal. What are you doing here? Looks like it went missing. I'll be here if you find it.
I'm better at crafting steel than wielding it. Your friend here is armored and potion-fueled and ready for battle.
Hang on! I think you'll want to hear the bad news too. Phew! Oh, you really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallurgized Dammon valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky. I know you know that. But the thing is, there's a cure. Bring your friends if you want me to take a look at that engine after all. You shouldn't be alone in case anything goes wrong.
I sensed some in the area when we arrived here, but I'm not sure if it's still there, now that we've been holed up. But I'll show you where I'd look. But hey, anything could happen in the meantime. Optimism, right?
Heavens above. There you are, Karlak. I was so hoping you'd come find me. I saw you lot in last light, but didn't want to distract you from the fight against Ketheric. And if you find any interesting materials in need of working, I'm happy to help.
Looking for steel? I have, well, something close.
You're back. Thank the gods. I feared the worst. If we both survive this horror, let's speak again. Please? If you find it, bring it to me. I'll make something incredible. Thank you for saving us. Again. Isabel said we ought to sit tight for the time being. Wait until we hear back from Jaheira. I know she's right, but I can't wait to get moving. Maybe. But I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. Might be you've misplaced it? I'll be here when it turns up again. Nor from shape-shifting cow blob things, though you made short enough work of that one. Glad you handled it before it handled me. That engine of yours. It's contained for the moment, but it's just too hot to exist here in the material plane indefinitely. It's you. What are the odds? So glad you're all right. Well, as all right as any of us. Ugh. Just when I think I've seen it all. I only need one more piece of infernal iron to craft an insulating chamber that can make it possible for Karlak to...
I'm Dammon. You helped me and mine out of a few scrapes. First with the druids, then at Last Light Inn.
They're not backing down! Yes, But, of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic.
I'm packing for Baldur's Gate. But anything you need, you've got it.
Karlak! I thought you got lost in the shadows. Glad to see you made it through all right. Go on. Give us your hand. That engine wasn't meant for this realm, though. And I'm not sure how much longer it's going to last burning that hot. I'll be here if you need anything else. Hold on, Karlak. There's something I need to tell you. Thought I sensed an infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
At least let me show you where to look. I'm not sure the infernal iron will still be there, but I can show you a few places of interest.
Infernal machinery, anyway. Smells like it's running awfully hot. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. It's simply too hot to exist here in the material plane. Unless you return to Avernus. For good. This thing is going to blow. Sooner rather than later. Take a look at what I've got on offer while you're here. Might be you find something useful to you. There. You'll have to install it, I'm afraid. I don't think there are thick enough gloves in all the realms to protect from that kind of heat. Same to you. Though unless my senses deceive me, you brought a bit of the hells back with you. Infernal engine?
What can I do for you?
Thought I sensed an inferno around here. I wanted to introduce myself after you helped us in the Druid's Grove, but I didn't get the chance. Hang on! I think you'll want to hear the bad news too. Might be burning out a piston ring. Or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen? There you are! I was wondering where you'd run off to. I only need one more piece of infernal iron to craft an insulating chamber that could make it possible for you to, well, touch people.
Might have to teach the rest of us that trick then.
Certainly, if it's all right with you. Let me have a listen. The weight of it. And that blaze of chaos. Can't imagine this where my heart should be. Must be quite the experience. I get that, but don't rule it out. The world just might be better with you in it. Even in Avernus. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. They must have thought the same of you. That's infernal machinery I smell, isn't it? And running awfully hot. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. But it's my top priority, believe me. Anything to take my mind off, well, everything. Thank you for all you've done for us. For me. But I have to ask, what are you doing here? Damn. I'm good. And you? You're very touchable, forged from the heart. Did you misplace it? I'll be here if you find it again. Just shout, before you run off into the belly of the beast. There's something I need to tell you. Karlak, believe me, this isn't something you should... It's been my pleasure. Good luck. Both of you. Look after yourself, all right?
Who do I pray to for a real forge? Moradin? He probably wouldn't listen to me.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen? Sounds familiar. When our city fell into Avernus, Zariel's commanders put me to work in their forges.
All this over a statue?
How fares the search? You must have a similar story. Unless my senses deceive me, you brought a bit of the hells back with you. Well. I knew I smelled something, and I know just what to do with it. One moment. I thought it was you. Saving my skin again, I see. Never seen a shapeshifted ox before. But I'm glad you dealt with it before it dealt with us. I'll see what I can do to give you more time, if you find some infernal iron. But a machine that complicated is going to need serious work. More than a pauper's forge can handle. Find me again in Baldur's Gate. If I'm worth my salt, I'll have figured something out by then.
Could be a day or a season. Bad timing for us either way.
Damn druids. Who uses wooden tools?
Damn. I'm good. And you're very touchable. Need anything? Karlak. You're looking well. I can still help with that upgrade. If you've found some infernal iron.